We're back on Madden 25, and today we're going to be doing another fantasy draft style rebuild, but with the twist being that we can only draft players that are at the bottom of the list. What I mean by that, while we're at the pick 26, is that if I wanted to grab, let's say, a quarterback, we go by overall, and then we have to scroll all the way down, which of course shows a lot of players. It goes like, what is it, 100 per page? The chances of grabbing someone halfway decent here is going to be a challenge. Oh, I could have just clicked up. That's sweet. Great. And obviously, there's going to be a couple of decent players. You can see, like, Hassan Haskins might be halfway decent, or wide receiver Xavier Gibson. I'm pretty sure he's star dev. You know, we can land ourselves a star dev player right away. The other problem, though, is you get positions like this where, you know, the 100th tight end is really, really bad. Left tackle, 58 overall. Left guard, 54 overall. You know, these kind of positions. There's going to be a couple of positions that are halfway decent. It's up to us to kind of find those. It's probably going to be wide receiver and cornerback, but outside of that, yeah, we're going to have a pretty rough team. So if you guys want to pray for me here, yeah, I would appreciate it, because on top of this challenge, I am also still really sick. It's to the point where if somebody gave me one of those challenges where I could either have $1 million or have a 50-50 chance to get $1,001 or I get shot in the head, I'm taking it, because win-win, baby. And of course, we already made our decision when we seen Xavier Gibson show up, so Xavier Gibson is going to be our first round pick. Ooh, and we're actually able to double up here and grab Jalen Polk, so we might actually have some decent receivers, or at least some guys that can develop early on. But, yeah, the rest of the position's probably going to be pretty crap. But, yeah, really, give me a reason why I'm not going to take another wide receiver. Every other position is pretty weak. This one is not. Not the best in the world, but Jaquan McMillan is at the bottom of the list here. So, you know, we'll take him. Jaquan McMillan, 72 overall. He's all right. Of course, you still have a guy like Tez Walker there at the bottom. Oh, it's so tempting to just take another. Ooh! The corners are starting to open up a little bit. Max Melton. Yeah, we kind of expected wide receiver and corner to be like the two positions that we at least, you know, had a chance with the depth. So far, not disappointing. See if we can get another corner. Tell me, yes, Cam Smith is still there. Star dev. We got 3 corners and 3 wide receivers. We're all right at those 2 positions at least. Now, hear me out. I don't really regret a whole lot of things, but this challenge, I mean, sorta. And I was going to allow it where you could get, like, the bottom of the overall positions, which would have been really cool because it would have been randomized. Like you can see here, James Cook is on the list. The last one, I don't even remember who it was, but it was a different position. But I felt like that wasn't really much of a challenge. Maybe that's what we do next time, but yeah, for right now, not going to be the case. Oh, Rasheen Ali, very fast rookie. We'll take him. If you guys want to see another one of these, though, and you want to see the idea I just said, where, you know, you can just take any of them. You know, this pick would be Nate Wiggins. Let me know in the comment section below, or by leaving a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new. And that is basically it. Let's continue this complete pain. Do I just take Robin Wilson because of the value? See, what I'm going to allow, though, is because it's a tough challenge, I will allow us to trade anyone for anything. So if I can get a second-round pick for Patrick Mahomes somehow, which obviously that's not going to work, I'm going to allow, because this is a really tough challenge, and yeah, I kind of need all the help I can get, so that might be the case. I can't believe how old that dude is. I feel like it was only yesterday we were drafting him in, like, user-created draft classes. But yeah, I think I might take Roman Wilson just to get that trade value, because, like I said, we're going to allow trades. Screw it, Roman Wilson. Doubling up again, Tez Walker, who actually might make his way as a starter because of the size and speed. Next pick is going to be Keydron Smith, who's 24. He's really not great, but the highest potential player, I suppose. Alec Anderson, how old is he? 26. Oh, I hate these picks so much, but I got to do it. I have no choice. This is honestly worse, probably, or harder at least, than doing a 0 overall rebuild. Because 0 overall rebuilds, you know, the players are going to overall, sooner or later, run out of contracts, you know, a couple of years in. A lot of these guys, though, they're going to have, you know, 2 to 4 year contracts that we have to deal with the entire time, which is going to be such annoying. Such annoying, yep. I need help. So we're out of guards, are we? I mean, Calvin should be lower, but you guys see the list here. He's 30 anyways. I'm taking Aaron Stinney. He was number 90, so what do you want? But yeah, you guys don't need to see the rest of this. I think it'll be pretty obvious if I... Ooh, Colby Wooden. It's something. It's something, but it'll be pretty obvious if I end up like taking a player I'm not supposed to. You'll see some decent overall, which yeah, you just don't need to see it, right? You'll be able to see the team. You're like, yeah, he took all the low overalls like he's supposed to. That team is ass. And I'll show you guys this one because this one is another one like where it's like, why are you getting the 71 overall when you have these guys? But I suppose it says overall grade, not the actual high overall. As a 33-year-old guard, I can see why he would be graded lower because he's 31 out of true all guards. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, his like longevity's not there. Right guard is like the only option you have for O-line. It's so bad. I also do think it is just kind of glitching out because, I mean, it's all over the place. But at the end of the day, these are players that aren't going to change much and will be replaced pretty early on. All right, the draft is over, and yeah, you can kind of tell that right guard is the way to go if you're trying to get some linemen. We got like 10 of them, so we'll have to move those guys around. It's kind of crazy, but yeah, this team sucks so much. It's terrible. All right, we start out with a trade. Jeromepkr and a 6th-round pick for Spencer Rattler. Not the greatest quarterback in the world, but a 67 overall, 23-year-old is worth it, right? I think with the quarterback situation we have, definitely not bad. I was going to maybe go for like Anthony Richardson or something like that, but I feel like not only is he kind of too good, but also probably would cost us too much. We make another trade. We get Jonathan Brooks off of the Saints for a 4th this, a 4th next, McMillan and Danny Gray. I don't want to trade anything higher than a 4th because I expect us to be pretty bad at least the first season, maybe even into the second season, but definitely the first season. So definitely want to keep those high picks as we're likely going to be, drafting high. And I don't know what this trade's about, but I'm down. Luke Musgrave for Chris Rodriguez and Aaron Stinney. And somehow we get Miles Murphy off the Cardinals for Ryan Watts, Hines, and John Fitzpatrick. I think that's chasing Hines, right? Don't go chasing waterfalls. I really don't want to give up this much, but an edge rusher is hard to get. I might have to go like lower. We trade Colin Johnson in a 7th next year for Austin Booker, who's really raw, but at least he's young. And for our final trade, we trade Roman Wilson a 5th next year, a 5th the following year, and a 7th the following year for Trevin Wallace. Now, yes, we made some trades to make the team a little bit better off rip. Better tight end, better running back, better QB. But I don't know how the hell we're supposed to win a Super Bowl with this starting point with only having 5 years to do so. That seems really tough, but we're going to have to do it. Trevin Wallace is a new name. Booker, Murphy. Corners are actually the guys we drafted, which is sweet. Did move a lot of the corners that we also drafted a little later on to safety. So Haddon and Tampa are safeties. A lot to replace, obviously, and like I said, I still think this is probably tougher than a 0 overall rebuild, because yes, we have a little bit of a better team starting off, and we probably will have, a little bit less to, replace, but a lot of the guys that we do want to replace are going to have those really expensive contracts, and we're going to be stuck with them for a while. Maybe it's not harder than a 0 overall rebuild, but it's really close. All right, contract time. So we do have a lot of money, so it's probably not as big of a deal as I thought, but definitely paying Cam Smith. I suppose Kamal will pay. Might be it. That might be it. I don't know if there's anyone else. Luke Benson, maybe. Everyone else is pretty damn low of an overall, though, so it's not like I really want to keep them around. Yeah, kind of as expected. Not a great season. First season, it's expected to be this bad, but damn, our expectations were low, but holy. As we go 0-17, we go winless, and we have the number 1 overall pick. That's why I didn't really want to trade too many high draft picks. We got some guys that could be starters down the line, like wide receivers and the edge rushers, maybe Luke Musgrave, whatnot. But yeah, didn't want to lose too many of the high-value picks because we knew this was going to happen, obviously. Rattler was terrible. Brooks was terrible. Walker was pretty good. Maybe a dev up, probably not, though. Offensive line was... I've seen worse, and this offensive line, I have not seen a worse line together. Trevin Wallace, with all those tackles, could be Rookie of the Year. It'd be great. Miles Murphy and Booker, 5 sacks apiece. That's not bad. I've seen guys in the 90s put up like 5 or 6 sacks, so could be worse there too. Picks, only 4, which is really bad. Kicking was not good. Punting over 50 yards per punt. We know what that's like. That means you had a good season. Let's take a look at the awards. Anything. Mahomes wins MVP for the Falcons. And as far as any award wins for us goes, we did get Offensive Rookie of the Year with Tez Walker. That's a pretty big one. We get ourselves a superstar dev wide receiver. That, though, is going to be where it ends. Obviously, we didn't earn any other dev ups. There was no chance that was going to happen. But we seemingly at least have one dev up. Maybe Trevin, if we're lucky, because all the tackles. Maybe one of the edge rushers because 5 sacks. It's close. Cardinals versus the Patriots. Interesting name drops. Wonder what their teams look like. Got to be pretty decent because you never see them do anything in regular rebuilds, obviously. Take a look. Winner of this Super Bowl between the Cardinals and the Patriots is going to be the Patriots. Wow, the Cardinals at 8-9 made the playoffs and the Super Bowl. That's a hell of a run. Hell of a run. Looking at our dev ups. Yeah, Tez Walker, superstar dev, 77 overall. Pretty good. Musgrave, no dev up. Rattler, obviously no dev up defensively. We do have Trevin Wallace go to superstar. Unfortunately, that's as far as it goes. No D-line upgrades in dev. Miles Murphy, obviously, already start dev. Safety's going to go up in dev. Tampa got to a 72 overall, which is decent, though. But Trevin Wallace is why I want to trade. This is why I want to trade for him. Superstar dev, he's always so good in sim. I don't know what it is. He's just really good. He's got field general as his archetype, too, so his overalls are going up really nicely. We got a lot to replace, though, with the first overall pick and all these QBs scouted. I'm hoping there's a generational. We could, if ever, get a generational quarterback. This would be the one we needed the most. As far as the free agents go, I don't think free agency is going to be super great, so I will try to keep a guy like Mason Brooks in 1 year, too. 75 overall, or 67 overall, 25-year-old. That's okay. At least we, have a starter that's at least somewhat viable. Everyone else, though, even Wadman, because he's older, I think we're going to let go. Oh, of course, when we traded for a running back, we got a guy like Brian Robinson there. I say Jonathan Brooks is probably going to be a higher ceiling guy anyways, but still, Corley, don't really need a wide receiver. Look at all these running backs, though. Diamond, but Jalen Wright, that is a player that we could have used. We paid quite a bit for Jonathan Brooks, too, didn't we? I don't know. Either way, what can you do? We've already made our decision. I will say, though, maybe it's, he's too expensive. Let's see what, the other teams are offering. If it's 5-bar, that's going to be really tough to... Damn, it's not a 5-bar. It's a 4-bar. Honestly, even though we don't need him, I'm going to go for him. I can always trade him. Or Brooks. Nothing is off the table here. We can cheese the hell out of it if we feel like we need to. Wide receivers, I think we're fine on. Maybe not fine, but compared to, what they're throwing out here offer-wise, I think it's fine. Tight end, can't really do much better than what we got. O-line, we need a lot of players. I think really what you do is, you probably have to trade down, right? Like, unless there's a sick player up there, you have to trade down. We have too many positional needs. Bradford looks pretty decent, 24-year-old, 74 overall. Got to give him a chance. And then Layden Robinson, I might even go for as well. Like, we're desperate out here, So, I feel like we have no choice but to go for some of these players that are automatic starters because of how bad of a team we are. I think we have no choice. Are we maxed out on players yet? We only have 3 out of 5. DT is a problem. Tyler Davis, is he any good? Because we know about these lower overall DTs. They can develop quickly. Yeah, it seems like he is kind of taking that trajectory, too. I'm going to go for him. There's other teams that want him, though. I don't really want to pay him too much, but a 2-year 14 is not bad. Okay, we can maybe do a 2-year, 18. If we do a 2-year 18... We might be, yes, we're in the green, and we might be able to develop this guy. I think we're going to take the chance there. Wingo I've seen develop as well, though. We could go for both, because Colby Wooden did not have a good year at all. Problem is, Wingo isn't a finesse type, and finesse types are usually the best to develop. We'll do a 1-year 6, why not? Might have to pull it off, though, if there's a better player, because we are maxed on our active offers. Bonito is not a bad edge rusher, but if I need any linebacker, it's going to be an off-ball, which so far I'm not really seeing anyone that, I think is long-term. Eichenberg, maybe. Oh, Cedric Gray. Cedric Gray is pretty young. 22 years old. I think I have to pull off an offer here. Who the hell do we pull, though? Jalen Wright's value is up there, though. I don't know if I can pull him off. Yeah, I'm going to pull Jalen Wright. We don't need him. All right, how many new players do we get? Okay, all 5 are gone. Oh, 4 of 5. Who did we lose? Wait, Cedric Gray had other people offering on him? I may have sold. Damn, dude. I offered him a 3-year, 12. I don't know why he didn't take it. I guess he knows that we're screwed. What about, there's another guy who's 23. I don't want Jalen Ford, though. I don't really want Jalen Ford. He's not bad. Ooh, James Williams. He's like a safety type. We'll do a 1-year deal. Well, we're going to go for a couple more players, but they're probably not really going to be huge contributors, but Just be nice to have somebody, you know. All right, here we are with pick number 1 overall, and unfortunately, there is not a generational quarterback or even close to, ooh. Booker could be a generational edge rusher, though. I can't guarantee for sure, but he looks good. Problem is, I don't need edge that bad, and even if I did, ooh, you know, you have other positions of need, like Peterson, round 1 type of guy. I don't know. What about my other guy? You know, 1 to 2 for Edison. Is that good enough if I wanted edge really bad? Probably, right? So I think this is a trade down for Max Hall. But yeah, looking at QB, you have Bonner, who actually dropped further. He was actually a 1 to 2 talent a second ago, and now he's down to 2 to 3. And then you have Sears, who actually went to 1 to 2. Okay, so this isn't as bad as I thought. It actually improved a little bit. Sears is definitely a guy I'm going to take a chance on a little later. He just looks like one of those star dev types, right? Pretty good speed, okay throw power, average key ratings. Not bad, obviously, but let's take a look at some of the other positions. We had corner, but I didn't get to scout those guys too well. You know, our scouting focus was obviously the quarterback position. Some decent corners in there, but even corners not that big of a positional need. It's just like we could do better, but it's not such a need that I gotta do it. We got a bunch of safeties I don't know a whole lot about, but we know most of their zones, if not all of their zones, so we got ourselves some knowledge, if you will. But yeah, I think even though that edge looks great, if I can get a sick haul, I just gave myself PTSD mentioning sick, I think I have no choice. We have so many positional needs. This is how, unless you get a generational quarterback, this is how you turn one of these rebuilds into a successful one. You get that first pick overall most of the time because you're just so bad, and you turn that pick into the future. Which, I mean, there's so many first-round pick offers here, I actually don't know how to, like, deal with this. But I think the way I'm going to go about this is I'm going to trade with a team that doesn't have a QB. Because I don't know if they're going to go QB that high. And even if they do, I don't think they're going to get that good of a QB regardless. So the Cardinals down the line look like a team that is desperately going to be needing QB. I know they just made the playoffs and the Super Bowl, but I don't hate that. The Commanders. So Cardinals, Commanders, Dolphins, Niners. Okay, there's a lot of teams here. I got to look through them all. All right, here we go. We trade pick 1 overall for Greg Rousseau. A first this, next, and the following year. The problem is that first-round pick is 30th. So, yeah, not the best stuff in the world. Also, the problem is it's the Chiefs. So, not sure what I'm going to do with that. But Greg Rousseau had a great season. He's always great in general. And they used that pick to grab the generational edge rusher who could be much better than Rousseau in the end anyways. Didn't really think about that, huh? Yeah, that was a decent move, I suppose. Might have gotten themselves an X Factor. Oh well. And the problem with going for Rousseau is now I don't need edge rusher, even though there's options for it. Oh, Lord. I am the worst. Yeah, I may be sold a little bit, but you know what? Greg Rousseau is great. I always have a good experience with him as our edge rush. So I don't regret it. You can't make me regret it. I also think if I'm going to go safety, Brendan Wallace is probably going to be my choice. Oh, he's a 1 to 2. Maybe he's not my choice. And I think I'm going to be trading this pick 30 to the Titans for 46, a third, and a fourth next year. And then, of course, on top of that 7th round pick in the future, what do they take here at 30? They take the safety Tarrant, who was a round 1 projected guy, so actually stuck around quite a long time. And even though it's not the best trade in the world, we're going to get a 4th next year and a 5th next year to move down to 45. I think both of those spots should easily get us at least a safety, and if not that, hopefully the wide receiver. Maybe both. Peterson, I'm hoping, is there because I kind of sold him a little bit. Seems to still be there, so 2 to 3, I'm usually good around the 10 to 15 range to just, you know, risk it, and seemingly worth it. Eric Peterson, not the fastest guy in the world, but I scouted him further because he looks pretty decent. He's like, you know, a taller type of dude. Looked pretty good with some of those key, ratings. Hoping for the best. Hoping he's hitting. True talent 7. I knew it. So many of the good wide receivers, they're normal dev, and it really sucks. And as far as the safeties go, I know Robert Gay is short, but he is really solid looking, so Robert Gay is going to be the guy I choose right after the wide receiver. True talent 26. Hidden dev, that's a huge pick. If Tampa can develop as that strong safety, which he had a pretty good glow up overall-wise, I feel all right about it. And you can see here already, we have no draft picks remaining. This is actually kind of crazy already. But obviously, if there's any teams with multiple third-round picks or something like that, we might be able to make a trade. We got a bunch of future stuff. So I think that's probably what we're going to do, is we're probably going to risk a lot of the future picks just to move up here. Sears got to take a chance on him at some point here. Day 3 could go, you know what? It's a quarterback. I'm going to take Blake Sears now. I think he's got to be star dev. Ooh, True Talent 41. Yep, hidden dev every day of the week. Look at his athleticism ratings. He's actually better than I thought he was going to be. A lot of those goods could easily be like 88-ish. Basically 90 across the board for like the most important ratings. That is a good draft pick. Automatic starter. And honestly, realistically, Spencer Rattler, he wasn't the easiest to trade for. I think he might have a little bit of value here. Even like a 4th round pick is worth something. A little bit of effort, but we actually got a pretty good 3rd round pick off the Giants. So we'll be sitting at pick number 9. I don't even know who I have here. I've got so many positional needs, so I'm just going to move down to that pick. Then maybe make a trade up from there. Defensive tackle, I mean, we just got a bunch of guys that have potential, but McGriff also looks really, really good. It's going to be hard to pass on him, but if he is normal dead, you know, it is a massive sell. So I think you go for positions you physically do need. Like, we physically need starting linemen that need to be replaced. So if there's one that looks really good compared to the rest, I'm liking Cavan. I think he's like the best by far here. I think that's who I'll take. Jason Cavan. 6'1", center type. True Talent 43. Normal dev. I hate that. We make this trade of a 3rd and a 4th next year with Holker for the Chargers 3rd this year. Really regret that offensive lineman pick, I can't lie. I think linebacker is by far the biggest need right now, so we are going to go for whoever the best is. And I really think Mickens is a good pick, but we just don't need DT, technically, compared to the other positional needs. Ooh, Trucks. This guy looks pretty good, even though his zone coverage isn't that good. What is he, a 3 to 4 projected? How fast is he? 22 years old. Ooh. And even though this guy looks raw as hell, he looks insanely athletic. So Jose Ball is going to be my guy. He is, 70 True Talent. Normal dev. He is really fast, though. And I moved on to the next pick because I genuinely don't have much trade value left. But with McMillan and Bolden still there, I might make a trade up for one of these two. I don't think either of them look great, but they've got potential. So I think I might go for Darius McMillan. No, I will not. He is slower than I expected. Please, Bolden, be insanely fast. 6'4". I'm going to send a move on until one of them is remaining, and then we'll trade up for the, whoever's left. We trade a 4th next, 6th this, which of course that 6th this is actually a pretty high pick, but so is this 4th round pick of theirs, so we're going to be making that trade up for the linebacker, Darius McMillan. Please just be hidden somehow. True Talent 45, and he is hidden. This guy looked so much worse than the other linebacker we took, but I guess his awareness is pretty high. We got a gem. There we go. All right, let's see how much better we got. That QB is probably going to be kind of a lower overall. Where is he? 73 overall. So everyone was a 72 plus. The wide receiver, 76 overall, normal dev. Still will start, though. Gibson is by far the worst player we have in our wide receiver room, which isn't terrible. He's like a 70-something overall, 25-year-old star, which isn't bad. But obviously Peterson has a higher ceiling if he wins Rookie of the Year like Tez Walker did. Maybe he goes a superstar as well, because obviously, normal to star is a little easier to get based on stats. Robert Gay, obviously a hidden dev player, kind of already missing the showing dev thing. Sucks for, franchises you're actually playing in, but for rebuilds, it speed things up a little bit. Star dev, not really surprised by that. Free safety, super small dude, that's fine. Sears automatic starter, we actually don't have anyone else besides him. Trigger happy, sense of pressure, paranoid, ooh, got some bad things in there, but he is at least star dev. I would guess star dev straight on the nose, though. Let's see what we got. Yeah, star dev. Not really surprised by that at all. Looking like Brendan Fraser. Am I wrong? Like, he looks like him. Cavan, we don't really care about it because he's normal dev, so there's really no point in looking. And then Jose Ball. Pretty good coverage, actually. Block shed's a little low, but he's actually not a bad player. And then we want to take a look at McMillan, who's going to be our right outside linebacker. 73 overall McMillan. Really good block shed. Okay coverage. Pretty athletic. Take a look at his dev. We got any superstars in there? Obviously, we got to take a look at the right end as well. Star dev. But let's see. The trade up from the Chiefs. Did they land a generational? 79 overall. Looks pretty good. Oh, he is not. There was a slight part of me that was going to go for him. And I am so glad we avoided that. That would have set this thing so far back. We might have automatically, on that decision, not have won a Super Bowl in this rebuild. Like, that is how bad of a decision it would have been. I don't even need to look at this guy. He's obviously a generational. What else did we want to look at? I guess the QB, Bonner, Ed Bonner, 73 overall. Yeah. Yeah, no. That's why you don't draft a guy just based on need. And I'm sure there's a lot of guys we missed, but I want to see McGriff. Oh, glad we passed on him as well. Not that he's bad. He's going to be goated. I guarantee it. But we already got two, normal dev guys that we don't really need any more of. Our offensive line needs more work than that, and we obviously didn't finish that. But either way, I think I don't know if we've done enough to... Yeah, we've probably done enough to not be 0-17, right? All right, here we are with Season 2. Still a lot of normal devs, but I suppose brand new quarterback with Star Plus. Peterson, he's a high overall, so if he gets a dev up, he'll be great, and he's the same overall as Polk, and he hasn't even played a snap in the NFL yet. Walker, obviously the future wide receiver, as he's a superstar. Defensively, Ball, hopefully he gets a, dev up, because he is a sub-1 linebacker, sub-linebacker 1. So that should be good. DTs, low overall DTs, we've had a lot of luck with them, so hopefully that continues. Corners are fine. McMillan's obviously a great starter now. Will be a great starter, and then, of course, Trevin Wallace is well on his way. Greg Rousseau is the big name in this offseason, which I think he's going to be massive for us. As far as scheme goes, though, I'm trying to think of, how we look. We got a fast quarterback, got a decent running back, got all right wide receivers. I don't know. What scheme, makes sense for this team? I think the Chargers kind of do, right? Herbert's got a stronger arm than our QB by a lot, though. Dallas? Nah, Dallas is OP, though. Philly? I'm going to try Philadelphia. We got a QB that's very similar to Jalen Hurts, right? West Coast spread. Don't really see Philadelphia do a whole lot, but this is a new one for us, so we'll see what happens. $160 million, Polk, even if he's not, a starter. Well, he'll be a starter anyways. Even if he's just the number 3, he'll be fine. We'll pay him a 6-year $42 to play number 3. It's totally worth it. Musgrave's a question mark. He's already 24 years old. Hasn't really shown a lot. He's a little bit better this season so far. Probably on par for 600-700 yards. A lot to pay for a guy that might end up being a backup, but 3 or 24, it's worth it, I guess. Hope he just develops and it's worth it in the end. Wingo, 22 years old. Just signed him in a 1-year 6. It's not good, but it's not bad. I'd be willing to do a 2-year, 18. Oh my god, it's a little higher than I thought. 2-year 19. Oh my god, it's got to be a 2-year 20. No more than 2-year 20, though. That's a lot of money for an unproven guy. Finley was a random lineman I grabbed. He actually looks all right, and he's 22, so I might actually pay him. It really pisses me off, though, is these red interests. It's just so annoying to deal with. 7-year 21. There we go. We got ourselves a punter for long term. Not the strongest, but he already has 85-plus kick accuracy, which I think is totally worth it. And then Finley... We'll do a 2-year, 10. Thank you. Glad we, I hate the red interest so much. It's just oh, it's not enough, it's not enough, it's not enough. It's please, it is. Trust me. Well, 3-14, unfortunately. Didn't go winless, though, which is a positive. But yeah, still pretty bad season. All 3 top quarterbacks are playing for teams with a red primary color. Don't know what that means, but sure. Beat the Texans, beat the Cowboys, which is surprising, and then beat the Jaguars. Jaguars would have been a decent one, actually. Maybe we should try them. I don't know, but I don't want to, cheese it. It's oh, we're winning only because... Oh, that's actually not bad for Sears. Yeah, I don't want to win only because we got the cheese playbooks. Peterson, even better than Tez Walker, so if Tez was good enough for Offensive Rookie of the Year, I'm hoping that he was as well. Bradford was great. Cavan for a rookie wasn't bad. Jackson was terrible, though, and the tackles did not have a great year. Rousseau at 13 sacks, carrying this unit by a lot. Murphy with 1 extra sack this year. D-line was really bad, though. Interior DTs were useless. Melton was good. Tampa was decent. Cam Smith was all right. Kicking! Perfect kicking. We got to pay him. Banks, 51.1 yards per punt. Damn! 20 for 20 kicking, though. Yearly awards, Mahomes again. No one's shocked. Rookie of the Year does go to Peterson. Would we have rather had Sears? Probably. But as long as you win one, it's a win. Ball, number 3, sucks. Can't get him the dev up for Rookie of the Year. We got D-line of the Year, so that should be a dev up for Rousseau, who didn't get one in year 1. So we're already better for him than the Chiefs. All right, still a lot of money, so maybe it's not too bad. Maybe it isn't as bad as his year overall rebuild, but we're still struggling nonetheless. And Peterson does go to Superstar, like we said. That's a huge dev up. As you can see, he goes to star based on his stats, and then superstar based on the a Rookie of the Year award win. Release isn't that great, but he is still really solid. Oh, we can get Playmaker up. That would be sick. Looks great. We have 2 superstar wide receivers. Wide receiver, it wasn't a position I was too worried about, but it's still exceeding expectations. And Musgrave, we might need a new tight end 1. Brooks, however, 84 overall. He's getting it. He's getting there. Offensive line, center, I think is fine. Bradford is okay. Right tackle is maybe okay. We definitely need 2 linemen, maybe 3. Ball does still go to star, which is great. Rousseau does not go up in dev. That's kind of painful. And then Trevin Wallace goes to X Factor, which is pretty good. I can't believe Rousseau, with D-line of the year, unless I misread it, didn't go up in dev. That's kind of crazy, no? I don't even know. But Smith-Wade goes up in dev, I think. I don't think he was star before. I think he actually got it this season. He did. Sweet. Yeah, I mean, we got some glow-ups. The defense is looking like it's off to a better start than the offense, but the offense has a lot of the positions that are hard to develop kind of on their way. You know, QB looks great, 81 overall. Wide receiver 2 is 82 overall. Wide receiver 1 is 80 overall. Can't believe Walker is kind of falling behind here a little bit. I know he's 25 now, but this is proof of why, you know, I talk about, you know, oh, he's already dead, or oh, he's too old, because it truly is like that. You know, he went to Superstar year 1. After the year, he's only an 80 overall. 2 years in, and he really didn't go up that high, you know? And it's going to get harder and harder as he gets older, but still, I think our wide receivers are fine for now. Not a priority. If someone's there, we'll take one, but yeah. Did we show the Super Bowl winner being the Saints? Don't think we did. Eagles, not a bad scheme, but considering I think Justin Fields was playing in the Eagles scheme, which is seemingly a decent fit, and played really poorly, I don't know if that's what we're going to be doing. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to be what we're going to be doing. Wow, they must have lost their running back, because their running game was only Fields. I don't know what scheme we're going to run, but something different. Maybe let's go the Falcons. I know you can say, oh, well, you're going to do that because, you know, Mahomes won MVP. Mahomes just wins MVP, let's be real. But yeah, free re-signings, we're going to get our kicker back, as he deserves it, if he even wants to return. 3-year, 12. There we go. Free agency with a lot of money. Problem is, a lot of other teams are going to have that money as well. So it's unlikely they're going to let players go, but you never know. We might find somebody, like a DT would be great. The 2 DTs we got really didn't work out, I'll be real. Thompson, yeah, so far not looking good. It's just, we just started looking in free agency, and already you can kind of tell it's pretty bad. Okonkwo is someone, oh, Darius Robinson, that's a guy I'm definitely going to go for. We need DT bad. He's got more potential than any of our guys we got, so we'll go for Darius Robinson. Cole Bishop, you know what, we could probably use him too, because Tampa didn't get that dev up. He's still, you know, kind of a low overall. Mason Smith's also a guy that usually develops pretty nicely. I'm going to take a look at our DTs, but I know for a fact we want Darius Robinson and probably Cole Bishop. Damn, surprising we didn't get Bishop. I offered him a pretty long-term contract, and he just went to the Philadelphia Eagles on a 2-year 6. I'm half tempted to even just, like, see what his trade value is and just trade for him, because I really wanted him, and even though I offered him the most, still chose not to be here. Do we have any trade value? You want Layden Robinson? How about Layden Robinson? I think Layden Robinson's a good trade piece. You want Tyler Davis? Tyler Davis and Layden Robinson? Wow, they do not want him at all. Damn, that value. So we weren't wrong. The value of Bishop was there. We just didn't pay him enough, apparently, which is super fun. TJ Tampa's actually not as bad as I thought. I thought he was 25, and I thought he was like 76 overall, but he's actually 24. 78. You know what? I'm going to give Tampa more time. Screw it. I'm going in-house. I almost simmed our pick. I've done this in the past. I think we did one as really like the Buccaneers or something. Almost simmed our pick. I was like, wait, our pick is all the way down there. Ooh, Mendoza looking pretty good as a round 1. A lot of our positional needs aren't really positional needs that you need to go super high for. Like, I think we need realistically like 2 to 3 O-line. We need, you know, maybe a defensive end, a tight end, DT, maybe not defensive end, but like DT, that's really it. So I don't think we need to make a play up this high. Corner, I suppose, wouldn't hurt. You got Landry Phillips, it looks pretty damn good. Pick one again, it's kind of crazy though. I like Ali and I like Phillips, so I think I'm going to be trading down. Who would have thought? So if I go down from 1 to 10, I land a second this year that's high, a first next year, a first next year from the Browns. The thing is, trading this pick away, you're likely giving a team a quarterback. I didn't actually see how good the quarterbacks were themselves, but a lot of top 5 guys. So you would think I think I'm going to go with the Browns trade, assuming... I'm not really sure what other position I'd want. Maybe instead of going for that round 1 tight end, I actually just trade for like a proven guy, but we'll see. Wait, this trade is actually like obtainable. Excuse me? I know Bowers needs a contract, and I know Newsom's like 26. I don't think that's like enough to be like, yeah, that's a fair trade. Like, we're getting true goated talent here. I'm doing it anyways. I don't care. I do not care. I'm making this trade. Wow. What a haul. And the Bills take an outside linebacker with that pick. That's crazy. We're going to 28. You know, normally I would have slowed down the sim so we can grab a corner if there's one there, but we just got Newsome, so I don't even know if we need a corner, really. But I am still kind of on the lookout in case there's one of the corners. Like, if Phillips is still there, I might take him anyways. Damn, he's still there. I really was hoping he wouldn't be, but he is. Have a couple of 2 to 3 D linemen as well that we'll probably make a play at. Do we really need corner that badly, though? Like, we kind of just got 2 corners that I don't know what to do with. I kind of went for DeJean because I was like, I can play him at safety. If Phillips is fast, I'll go for him. He's not fast. Okay, we're going to move down. Got a couple of 2 to 3s. We'll knock those out. Even with Bowers around, I might even take the other tight end anyways. Who would have thought we would be in a position to have luxury picks? Give me that 3rd next year from the Cardinals, which they take our running back with. And then we have pick 1 in the 2nd round. Can we move like 10 spots down? Yeah, the Vikings. Here you go. Here's a free pick. No comp. Don't worry. We trade all of this to move down with the Vikings to grab that high 3rd as well. Could be getting some linemen out of this. I will say, did turn the team around quite a bit. Having that 1st overall pick, it means a lot. You know, it's not exactly how the Lions got to where they are, but, you know, the Lions with all those top 5 picks, you know, finally started drafting some really good players. And, you know, you start lining up those draft picks like that, and sooner or later, you end up as one of the better teams in the league. It's just how it goes if you actually draft well. Do you have a corner? Do you have a couple of safeties? I think Cooper DeJean as a safety wouldn't be a bad shout, though. Gentry as pure value is pretty good, too. DT paid Darius Robinson a 3 or 45. Got to give him a starting spot. I think we go for either Ellaby or Gibbs. Those are going to be my choices. Ellerby looks really freaking good, even though his power move kind of sucks. There he is. Cam Gibbs. No. We're going to go Ellerby. Ellerby is the guy. Matty E. Skip the combine. We know that is good strength, but the key ratings are where we're at. Let's see what we got. We got ourselves a 44 true talent. Who's hidden dev? Fast as hell, too. 78 speed. Then, even though we don't need him, we're going to take the tight end Mendoza if he's there. Gentry just went to Philadelphia. They are cooking with that pick. That was a good pick. Mendoza, he's a round 1 true talent, so I'm going to take him even though he's kind of slow. I want all the depth. I want the best players. Pick 9 true, hidden dev. Slow, but the value is there, I think. Now, it's O-line time. Pick 1 in the 3rd round. We have a pretty high 3rd round pick from the Vikings as well. We can take someone here if we really want to, which we probably will. Who do we take, though? There's a lot of... I guess Aldridge would make a lot of sense, right? Let's go Aldridge. Chad Aldridge is going to be the first of hopefully many hidden dev linemen. True talent 40. Thank you. Good start. First hidden dev or star dev plus lineman on the team. We're making waves. Now with this pick, I think you got to go for that round 1 true, right? I think, you know, even though you're skipping the line here a little bit, I think round 1 true, even though I don't really feel that great about him. They're saying he's a good overall. I really think he might be normal dev, though. True talent 16. Okay, maybe not. Hidden dev, good pick. All right, our big issue is O-line. We've solved 2 of them. Kovacs went, which was on one of our other linemen. Who do you want? McLaughlin. Oh, Goddard has the best potential as a tackle because he's 6'5" with some like lightness to him. So Jonathan Goddard's going to be our next pick. 48 true. Another hidden. I mean, we could use even more hidden linemen, and these guys are like, we're hidden with them. So I'm going to go and trade up with the Browns. See if we can keep this hidden dev train rolling. Might have been an overtrade, but a 3rd the next year, a 3rd the following year, and Smith Wade for a 3rd and 4th this year from the Browns. Gonna grab one of the linemen, and if he's hidden, I might go for the whole 5 squad. Oh, who's also this guy? We have multiple safeties here that are still there. I might have to give him a go. Dennard, he is fast. He's good. I think I need the O-line, though. Who do we go for? Toon. McLaughlin has got like the most versatility with his size. McLaughlin's the guy. A lot of eliteness in there, too. True talent 50. Hidden dev again. I mean, is there a reason not to go to the Jaguars here and just say we want the whole offensive line to be hidden in 1 year? And there's the trade. Here it is. One more lineman. Can we choose correctly? We drafted 1 lineman last year. He was normal. We drafted 4 this year that are all hidden. This is kind of wild. I'm actually go down the line here a little bit because before I was kind of just choosing by size. Now I'm choosing by potential. Who's Cleary? When the hell did this guy come around? Oh, he's a true talent 3 to 4. That's why I kind of glanced over him. Yeah, I can't do that. I think the higher of the two, Burns, I think was the better of the two. So, Reggie Burns, did we go 5 straight? 47, and we did! 5 straight hidden offensive linemen. What a freaking draft. Pick 1 overall is crazy busted. We're an 83 overall now. We're catching up hard. Into year 3, we might actually make the playoffs. 73 for the left end, who's going to be a DT. Mendoza is a 76. O-line, 73, 75, 73, 76, 73. All 73s. That right guard position, even in the actual fantasy draft itself, that was, where we were landing all the, players. Don't know where everyone's going to play, but I think the tall guys play the tackles. The smaller you are, the further inside you push, which sounds sus as hell. All right, it's season 3. Look at the offensive line. They're all hidden devs. And we're giving the Atlanta Falcons offense a try. The offense is looking a lot better. Everyone is, besides fullback, which is technically a tight end anyways, everyone's star dev or higher on the offensive side of the ball. And then defensively, we still do have 2 normal devs. But look at the cornerback room. Greg Newsome, Cooper DeJean, Max Melton, and Cam Smith. At some point, Cooper DeJean could move to safety if Tampa isn't the guy, or maybe even Gay isn't the guy, but it's really down to Murphy and Robinson this season, I think. These two need to really have a year, even though Robinson's brand new. He's like, give me a chance, bucko. But if these 2 guys have a glow-up, I think this team could be a real contender next season. It still could contend this season, but next season, for sure, I'd feel pretty good about our chances. Better season, but still not perfect. Of course, Brock Bowers are going to be giving him a 7-year deal worth $119. Traded for a guy that we have to pay. Super sweet there. Max Melton. Do you pay him? We seemingly can pay, everyone we want. TJ Tampa, how is he playing? We're a little past halfway through the season. Really good zone coverage, decent man coverage. I mean, he's not going to get a dev up here, so I don't know what to think about that. I like him as a safety, but can we not just put Cooper DeJean there and just pay Max Melton to play cornerback too? That seems like the smarter move, no? Cooper DeJean actually makes sense at safety as well. That's what we're going to do. TJ Tampa, even though he's not bad at all, we're going to let him go. And we're just going to move, after this season, Cooper DeJean to safety. To the playoffs, not going to make the playoffs yet again. It might be time for, the good playbooks. Green Bay, Cincinnati, Chiefs. I think the playbook we just used isn't terrible, but I don't think it's good enough to elevate the team. I just think it's a good playbook if your team is actually good, which we are not. I mean, we lost a bunch of games there. It also doesn't help that we chose the Broncos of all teams. Not sure why I did that. Just randomly chose the Broncos. Bad decision. Sears, honestly, he keeps playing really well. Brooks finally has a good season. Peterson should be an X factor with those touchdowns. The rest of the guys, Bowers is actually pretty good. Not that great, but Bowers was decent. Rousseau with another 13-sack season. I don't know if that's what he had the year that we traded for him, but I'm pretty sure it's 13-13 and 13, 3 straight 13. I mean, that's consistency, baby. That is good. Ellerby could be rookie of the year with those tackles for loss. Picks, Trevin Wallace, and he's already an X factor, can't really do much better than that. And then the kicker, dude, he's missed 3 kicks out of 2 years. That is great. Banks, pretty good stuff, over 50 yards per punt again. A little bit worse than last year, but still worth it. Yearly awards. Mahomes wins 3 straight MVPs with that Falcons playbook, so there's no excuse. Rookie of the year on offense, no. Defensive rookie of the year, all the way at 4, actually, so not even close to the number 1. And then we have best wide receiver Peterson, so he's, I imagine an X factor. But yeah, unfortunately, 3 straight seasons with 0 playoff berths. Doesn't really surprise me, but still, it would have been nice if we would have somehow found a way. The Saints versus the Texans. And the winner of that one is going to be... The Saints have been kind of cooking in Sim, though, no? Maybe it's the Saints playbook we need to go to. Watch they're using, the Chiefs or something as well, because obviously with the mix-up of players, they have different schemes and potentially get fired because they're bad, whatever. Saints win 31-25 over the Texans. Take a look at our DevUps. Should be Peterson as an X factor. I'd be shocked if he wasn't. There you go. He is an X factor after all, which is great. He's an 89 overall wide receiver. Worthy of the draft pick for sure. Releases way up there. Short route's not the best, but it looks pretty damn good to me. Then we move on to the defensive side of the ball where I don't know if we would have had any dev ups. We're really struggling to get DT, though. Like, it might be time to trade for a DT. Cooper DeJean is a superstar, by the way, and he's going to be moving a strong safety. But, yeah, DT we're struggling with. But Darius Robinson is a 25-year-old. We could do worse. But, yeah, it would be nice to trade for somebody. We'll see what happens there. Because right now, I think we've turned the team around so much that other than, like, a really high overall player, there's really not much to replace. Maybe, you know what? Miles Murphy needs to be traded. We need a better edge. He's not a bad player. He just hasn't played well. It's like 6.5 sacks isn't terrible, but we need somebody that can get to double digits like Greg Rousseau. $150 million, yes, we can afford TJ Tampa, but we've already made the decision. Cooper DeJean is strong safety 1, with Max Melton moving back to corner 2. Instead of worrying about the trade stuff right away, though, we're going to be looking at free agency first. Braylon Allen's there. He's really young, obviously. Michael Pittman, not a bad wide receiver, just don't really need wide receiver. Biggest position is D-end or DT, and obviously you can see here we are surprisingly above all of this. Austin Booker's still there too, 75 overall, 24-year-old. Yeah, I mean, we should still have a pretty good draft pick. Not going to be number 1 anymore, but 6 and 11 should get us a decent draft pick. I think we're going to go for another edge. Ooh, 15 as well. Maybe edge and DT. Maybe we go for a crazy haul. I wonder if I overtraded. I gave him pick 8 for Dallas Turner. But the thing with him is he actually was paid already, so call it how you will. The days of having extra draft picks are over, and honestly, for this season, the days of having draft picks at all are over. We trade a first, a second this year, a third next year, Wingo and Murphy for Quinnen Williams. We are loading up on the defense, and now that I think about it, we probably should have went for a new wide receiver, because Tez Walker has not been it. He's an 82 overall. I've maybe made a mistake here, loading up so hard on defense while still needing a wide receiver. Whoops. What can you do? We have a go to defense, so that's all that needs to be known. Season 4, the team gets better and better. It honestly could be the best team in the league. We've turned this team around quite a bit. Now, if we were to do this rebuild challenge without trading, oh my god, I don't even know if it'd be possible, to be honest. But we'll look at the defensive side of the ball now, where the D-line looks really good. Ellerby, we'll see what happens there. But yeah, this looks like a vastly improved team. If we don't at least make the playoffs, I don't know what to tell you. We are in the playoffs as right now, but the season still has some years left to go, or matches left. Wow, pretty much everyone we recently traded for needs a contract, but I think we'll be fine. I think we can afford it. 6-year 105 for Trevin, that's a great start. Quinnen, a lot of money, but totally worth it. That's why we paid, traded for him so hard. Cooper DeJean, this is a lot of money though, I will say, but yeah, we gotta keep the people that we just traded for, otherwise we'll look like idiots. 106 left. Greg Rousseau, obviously we got to pay him. He's been the most consistent edge rusher on the team. 3-year 82, 81 mil. So we still have a lot of money even after all these names showed up. Let's do a 5-year 52. Thank you. What else we got? 71 million left. Greg Newsome needs a contract. I need him to get a dev up though, like bad. Pretty cheap contract though. Thankfully somebody isn't trying to bleed the team out. But yeah, $60 million left. We probably have to pay. No, we still don't have to pay. Well, actually, to be fair, a lot of the guys you draft were in the second round and later. Actually, I don't even know if we made a single pick in the first round yet, have we? Well, we'll pay DeJean, and then that's all of our re-signings. Huge matchup. If we win, we're in. If we lose, we might be out. Let's see where we stand. What's going to happen? Come on. And we lose. But we're in. What seed were we? The 7th seed. The Chiefs miss at 9 and 8. Who was the 9th seed? Then 8 and 9. Okay, so at least it drops 8 and 9. Wow. I can't believe I went with the Chiefs playbook because it was kind of like iffy at times. I can't believe, I get it's the conference of the division we're in. I can't believe we're one of the best teams in the league and we're barely sneaking around the playoffs at 9 and 8. That's crazy. Sears, obviously an amazing season. Brooks, not as good as last year, actually. Receiving, Peterson was solid. Bowers was really disappointing considering this is the Chiefs scheme. This would be, this is the Kelsey scheme where you usually get crazy numbers for the tight ends. D-line, much better as expected. Williams only at 8 sacks, though. 11 for Ellerby, which is amazing. Rousseau at 14. And Dallas Turner at 15.5, which is great. And then, of course, DeJean, Ball, and Gay. Ball, Gay with 3 interceptions. Kicker's getting a little worse as time goes on. So is the punter, but they're good enough. They're good enough, damn it. Award wins, anything. Mahomes, 4 straight MVPs. We love to see it. So annoying. Any award wins at all? Doesn't look like it. That's disappointing. But we're in the playoffs. 9-8. As long as you're in, doesn't really matter how you got there. You have a chance. Although the Patriots are 13-4 and they've been in the Super Bowl, so maybe it does matter. Going to the end of the game, the Patriots score 7 to start. We do bounce back with 7 of our own. They get another 7. We get another 7. They drive down for a field goal. We drive down for a touchdown. So we are 3 in a row. We did get a field goal there. 4 in a row scoring, and then that's kind of disappeared. It's the fourth quarter now. 3rd and 3, anyone's game, but the Patriots are moving with the ball, and this looks 4th and 2, field goal. It will be a 3-point game. We just need a touchdown, and we're in a good spot. 4th and 4. I don't know. I get it. The field goal ties the game. But do you trust your defense, who has given up 27 points, to make a stop? Because I don't. Bowers, wide open. Easy as pie. He is so fast to the 18-yard line. Sears actually having a pretty good game, even though we're kind of struggling to score a little bit lately. See if the team can score now. I think that 4th and 4 you got to go for. You got to get aggressive, and you get the touchdown. So if they score a touchdown here, we're going to look smart. Wow. 28-yarder to Jacoby Myers on that down and distance, and they're gonna win the game with 8 seconds left. That's crazy. That is crazy. Considering we had to have the stop and couldn't get it, yeah, I feel pretty smart about our decision to go for it on that 4th and 4. Bowers, and he just doesn't react. Pass interference! Where's the call? Yeah, I don't think we're getting to the 37-yard line, buddy. We're so ass because we're the Broncos, right? Yeah, just because we're the Broncos. The Broncos in real life, they're not very good, so they couldn't possibly be decent in game. It's impossible. We're not even going to get that throw off. Good try, though. Got it into his hands, but what a game it was, though. 34-31. The Broncos are going to lose. The Patriots move on, and we're doing one more season. Such a disappointment. Chiefs scheme and all wasn't good enough. Wasn't good enough. I might go Packers. Packers have been giving me some good luck lately. 1 sack with our freaking defensive line. Surely. Surely. That's a joke, bro. Dak Prescott. Remnants of a Cowboys team that EA loves to throat. And the Patriots don't even go to the Super Bowl. Sweet. Thanks for wasting our freaking spot. Jaguars versus the Niners. It's cool doing the fantasy draft rebuilds because you obviously see a bunch of different teams kind of matching up that you normally wouldn't. Let's take a look if the Jaguars can pull it off. They can. 21-24 or 27-20. Not bad, actually. 14-3, though. That's a great season. DevOps, quarterback? Nope. No DevOps on the offensive side of the ball. What about defense? Gay goes to superstar, but I think that was it. Dallas Turner with 15.5 sacks is stuck at star. That's cool. That's great. But at least Gay superstar. Final year, I don't even know if I want to draft again because it's like, what do I draft that's going to make this team a Super Bowl contender right now? Like nothing. There's not a position that we can upgrade through the draft that'll make us good for the final season. I would just basically be drafting for the future that we won't be here for. Take a look at the team salaries, see who needs a contract coming up. Peterson. So I guess wide receiver, you know what? Let's trade all of our picks for a true wide receiver. Walker has been ass, so let's be real. All right, we're gonna sell all of our picks away yet again, and no draft again. I like ignoring the draft because not only does it save a little bit of time, but I also get to have direct talent rather than potential talent. Did we re-sign all of our guys? I'm pretty sure we did. 85 mil. Yeah, we need a goated wide receiver. We got to find one, preferably one that's already been paid as well, which I don't think is going to happen. We made the playoffs as well, so our draft picks aren't even going to be that good. But maybe we can trade off Walker with the draft picks to get a upgrade at that position. We only have 2 draft picks anyways. We might not even be able to get this wide receiver. Okay, maybe I overtraded. Malik Neighbors, a first and a second round, or not Malik Neighbors, Tez Walker, a first and a second round for Malik Neighbors. I didn't expect that to go so easily, so I may have made a mistake. Thankfully, there's no coded wide receivers in free agency. I would have felt so stupid. But yeah, we're moving on to the next season right away. No draft again. Let's save some time. Here we go for the final season. I think we've done literally everything physically possible. We've got 2 90-plus wide receivers, a 90-plus running back, a 90-plus QB, a 90-plus tight end. Our whole offensive line is basically 80 across the board plus. D-line's 91, 93, 97, 85. Linebackers 82, 84, 92. Safeties 83 and 90, both superstar. Corners 90 and 87. I mean, this is the best team in the league, right? 91 overall. There's no way. The Giants are an 85. We're actually technically a 93 overall, apparently. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at the other teams. So we have the Bears 87, 86. Chiefs, Niners are at 89. Jets 89. 89 for the Rams. Saints are in a 90, which they've won multiple Super Bowls, I think. And the Steelers with a 90 overall. So we are the highest overall team. If we struggle to make the playoffs or don't make them at all, EA's got some explaining to do. 102 mil. The money is disappearing. We have Peterson and Sears to pay with Robert Gay, Ball, McMillan. Definitely losing some of these players, without a doubt. So he wants warm weather state. I don't know where water came from. Historic championships. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to make this any easier on ourselves. This could be like an option type of situation. 5th year? Like over 30 per. I might as well just 5th year option him, right? And then Blake Sears. It could cost more than this, so I'll do one of these. Yeah, we're broke. This is the window. This is definitely the window. I think you lose the safety, and then you pay Ball because the price is good. But you're losing a safety I think for sure, and you're losing a linebacker for sure, which isn't the worst. But yeah, it's going to get only worse later on. So this is 100% the best chance. And if we don't win it here, GG. Here we go to the playoffs. It was a really good season, in fairness. So this might be the perfect window because this might be the actual win itself. Just want to win at least a playoff game. As you can see, 13-4, the number 1 seed. The Chiefs are down to 6-11, by the way. The Falcons still going strong with Mahomes, though, as the number 1 QB. Winning MVP was his 5 straight years in a row. If he wins it here, there's the win-loss. We get a bye week, so automatically move on to the divisional round, which we have not seen yet. Bonner, by the way, up there in the QB list. Sears, what a year. 46 touchdowns, 4 picks. We might actually be able to dethrone Mahomes here. Neighbors was amazing. Peterson was all right. Polk was okay. Bowers has really been disappointing, I'll be real. Freeman might be offensive lineman of the year with a season like that. D-line, let's take a look at what we got here. 14.5 for Rousseau, 14.5 for Turner. Watch, this will be the year he actually gets the dev up. 12.5 for Ellerby. Williams with only 8.5. Ellerby's outplayed him so far. Cooper DeJean, 4 picks. Could go up in dev. I think he went up last time because of him. Yeah, special teamers. The punter wasn't as bad, but kicking, it's getting worse as the seasons go on, which I guess he's getting older, but that seems crazy to me. And we did! We dethroned Mahomes with Sears. If that isn't a sign, I don't know what is. Offensive Player of the Year for Neighbors. Nothing for the Defensive Award. We get QB and wide receiver, and we do get the O-line. Bernie Freeman. Sweet. Could actually be a Super Bowl win, which would be great. I got to be honest, though. How close we cut this one, even if we do win or don't, I don't know how the hell we do this in 5 years without trading. Or at least maybe without trading for players. Maybe allow trade downs of draft picks, and that's it. I don't know. But 94 overall to the 90 overall Steelers. We are just goated. But watch us still lose. All right, going to the end of the game. It's kind of a back and forth of nothing so far. We get 7. We get another 7, 14-0. Defense is doing a pretty good job, but the Steelers do finally break free for its score. It's a 10-point game at halftime. The Steelers only down by 3 now. We get a field goal after that. And just like that, our team has completely choked. Good chance to score again here, though, and we will. So a 2-point conversion after the touchdown puts us up by 7. Steelers aren't giving up, though. 4th and 2, they're going to go for the field goal. They won't. They don't get it. We get the stop, and if we hold the drive, which we do, we're headed to the championship round. Wow, such resilience. Defense cooking up, and then that was a really clutch drive by the offense to just not give the ball back. Love was not great. Sears wasn't much better, especially since he was the MVP. Dobbins with 1 billion touchdowns in our Patriots franchise. He actually had a 3-touchdown game recently. Not against us, but before we played him. Just guys that, he's magnetic to the 3-touchdown games, 3 broken tackles, but a bad game in general. Rushing numbers are usually pretty bad in the playoffs. Rice was really good. Neighbors was decent. Bowers was all right. Sacks. Greg Rousseau with 2. They had a combined sack. Robert Gay, who we're letting go, by the way, 2 interceptions. I think Kalen Bullock with a pick himself. But we're moving on to the championship round. Who is it going to be against? Of course, no Chiefs, so you don't have to worry about those playbooks. Could really be anyone here, with the Chargers in it? Steelers won, so I don't know. This could literally be anybody. Obviously, that's kind of how it works. But the championship round, I'm just glad it's not the Chiefs. Can't be them. Ravens? Yep. I just had to remember last second, didn't I? Let's take a look. Ravens, they won 31-7 over Miami. Then 21-15 over the Chargers. Okay, Atlanta, however, moving on, which doesn't make me feel good. Oh, the Cowboys or the Falcons led by Mahomes. So even if we win this, our odds are not good. Oh well, 13-4 versus 12-5. Can we at least beat the Ravens? A little bit of a revenge match here. A little Jacoby Jones action. 7-0, 7-3, 7-10, 10-10, 13-10. This is a really close game so far. Huge drive. We get a touchdown before half. We're up by 4. We're up by 11. Only up by 5 as they fail the 2-point conversion. Come on, a touchdown wins it. It's not going to be the case. We're still up by 8, and we're going to win the game 30-19. The defense clutching up in the second half. That is what I'm talking about. Let's take a look at these numbers. 3 touchdowns, 1 pick for Sears, which is a lot better. And then Connor Cox, 2 touchdowns, 0 picks. Rushing, pretty much same game for Brooks. A-chain fumble. I wonder if that actually was like recovered by us and it was a huge play or not. Neighbors with a touchdown. Bowers with a touchdown. Xavier Gibson, what a name drop with a touchdown. Forgot we even had him on the roster still. 2 sacks for us, a pick for Asante Samuel, and a win for the Broncos headed to the Super Bowl against a really tough task. It's either the Cowboys, who are just goated and sin because of the playbooks, or the Falcons, who have had 4 straight MVP wins from Mahomes before we dethroned him, so he's going to want revenge. I really don't know who we want here. I think probably the Cowboys, honestly. I don't think you want to play against Mahomes in any capacity, and it will be the Cowboys. 10-7, maybe I did want the Falcons. Maybe I'm going to regret what I wished for. Maybe a little bit. Let's take a look at how they got here. The Cowboys, they won by 3 over Atlanta. They won by 8 over San Fran. And then they had a bye week in round 1. So the number 1 seed on both sides of the conferences facing off against each other in the Super Bowl. Let's take a look at whatever dev-ups we might have had. QB should go to Super. So to be clear, our QB just won QB of the year and MVP. Had a crazy amount of yards and touchdowns, low picks, and stayed at star. How does that make any sort of sense at all? Malik Neighbors goes to X Factor, though, which is great. And then defensively, Ball goes to Superstar. Ellerby goes to Superstar. Dajin goes to X Factor. I genuinely can't. And then Turner still star dev. I genuinely can't believe that. That seems crazy to me. Am I the only one, kind of confused a little? Just a little bit? Here it is for all the Marbies. 3-0. Dallas scores 7, though. Their defense is doing pretty well against us so far. We're countering back with a field goal. It took us a long effort to get there. Huge drive before half, but it was only a field goal, thankfully. Come on, offense. Do something. The defense is doing, historic work against this Cowboys team. I've never seen the Cowboys held to this little bit of points. Finally, but it's 3 minutes left. They can win the game on this drive. 4th and 5. We actually get to stop, but it's a field goal. 109. Okay, we lose. Okay, I got to come into this game. We got to win this game for us. It's the freaking Cowboys. I can't let them win. Is that Gibson? I can't. Yeah, sweet. I'll just keep looking at whoever the hell that is. I'm going to take the chance. Well, how the hell did Peterson or whoever that was not catch that? It almost hit him in the head. I don't know what depth that was. Probably would be considered deep. Our quarterback has no deep accuracy, so that kind of checks out. We're going to go to the tight end who is wide open. Bowers, who's got speed. Gets out of bounds at the 45-yard line. Only 1 timeout left. We got to make it count. Still can't believe how we've only scored 3 points. And with all the wide receivers that we have that are good, all the best routes are bad. Wow, what a crap throw. All bad receivers on the main routes. Sears is terrible. I actually can't believe how bad he is. He's genuinely terrible. And then throws a perfect throw to Peterson. He's terrible, but throws that dot. Touchdown! Could be the win! I've been reading cover 2 a little bit better lately. Good throw. Could it be the win? Cowboys, they're moving. There's no way that the Cowboys are this goated to do the stuff they do here. Oh, they ran out of time. We win the Super Bowl. The Denver Broncos in this weird kind of almost 0 overall fantasy draft rebuild where there wasn't quite 0 overalls, but we drafted the lowest overalls where there was only 5 or 6 guys from the draft itself that had any chance to develop. And of those players, Max Melton was the only one to actually do anything, I'm pretty sure, right? Polk is a decent number 3, I suppose. And Cam Smith was okay. But yeah, it was really Max Melton's the only guy to get anywhere near 85 plus. So yeah, basically a 0 overall fantasy draft rebuild, which I think we'll have to do a real one of those at some point. But that's kind of what this was almost, really. But yeah, let's take a look at the numbers, take a look at our players, and call it a rebuild as I need to pass out, dude. My head is killing me, my nose is killing me, everything's killing me. Run game was basically useless this entire playoff run. Peterson, obviously, huge play there at the end, 55-yard touchdown. A bunch of different players got involved, and thankfully we were on the winning side. 3 sacks for Latu, who was actually one of the guys I was going to trade for over Dallas Turner. But Turner, he played pretty well for us throughout. Ball with a pick. Great stuff there. Guy that we re-signed, the linebacker. Team would get a little worse after this season, but it's still actually intact enough to still do a run. You would just need a new linebacker and a new safety, which, I mean, that is obviously obtainable. It's not like QB, wide receiver, running back, edge, stuff like that. But yeah, you could tell I was trying everything I could to try and win that Super Bowl in that final year. Last real final 2 years, we kind of had to accelerate some of the positions we were struggling at. And we did it. We were able to pull it off. Let's take a look now at the actual overalls. We already seen Sears, really good, but deep accuracy, pretty bad. Any upgrades in like speed or throw power? I don't think so, right? 99 break sack, 99 throw on the run, 98 throw under pressure. If he could have like taken some of the points off and put him on deep, he would have been a goated QB. Play action, who gives a damn about, to be real. Brooks, 91 overall. What does play action actually do in the game? Does it actually make the AIs fall for it? Do they like buy the fake? Brooks, though, pretty athletic, great juke ability and change direction, all that good stuff. He's a good back. Really wasn't super elite throughout this one, but he was still good. 95 overall for Malik Neighbors, who's, short route isn't that great, but everything else is pretty much perfect. Would want that short route to be higher, though. I think he would be much better off. God. Voice cracks, nose, head, it's just a disaster. It's been a while since I've been, sick like this. I genuinely feel terrible. It's been several years, potentially. Normally, if I get a sickness, it's one thing. It's a one-off, but this is kind of long-lasting, and it's everything in one. I'm just glad I don't feel any fatigue. That would be the trifecta of terrible. Let's take a look at the tight end, Bowers. Any of you guys out there sick? Makes me feel better if someone else is suffering. I'm sadistic. Deep routes not that great, but everything else for Bowers is obviously amazing. He's, he wasn't really that great for us, but made a couple of plays, I suppose. What do we want for the... Freeman goes a superstar. I guess I'll take a look at him. The offensive line actually glowed up pretty well, considering there's so much of, low overalls. Really good pass blocker, but yeah, he is pretty bad outside of that. Let's move on to the defensive side of the ball, where we see the safeties. Cooper DeJean, 92 overall, X Factor. Philadelphia, there you go. Hand and zone, both 91. That would be a pain to try to throw against. Got a little bit of size as well. That would be a tough player to go against. When you got the safety locking up at Hitman, where's the weakness, Robert Gay, obviously he'll be gone, but really good zone coverage, pretty good speed. Came away with 2 picks. What was it the championship round? 2 picks, one of the games. Clutched up at the playoffs. McMillan, 82 overall, 83 overall. Really didn't glow up that well as, Ball was the same year as him, wasn't he? Yet Ball is way better, right? It's, 87 overall, superstar dev. Zone coverage is through the roof. Let's take a look at Trevin Wallace, who obviously he's going to be really balanced because I think he was, scheme fit for field general the whole way. He's going to be so good. Yeah, 96 block shed, 87 zone, 84 man coverage. He is so good. Pursuit's amazing, tackle's amazing, play rec is amazing, awareness is amazing. Hit power's not that good, but it's kind of hard to upgrade that. I think it's run stopper that gives you that the most, but run stopper is terrible. Then we have corners. Newsome. Really not that great. 90 overall. Thought maybe to get to superstar, get a little higher than this, but good enough, obviously. Best corner on the team, technically, unless you move DeJean back to corner, which would have its kind of talking point because, Newsome's going to regress soon enough. Max Melton, obviously, really good. Press is great. God, my nose is killing me, dude. It's it's stuffed and nothing I do gets rid of it. I wish I could just, get, a vacuum cleaner and just go, Yee! That's what a vacuum cleaner sounds like. But Dallas Turner, balanced across the board. Super good, 90 everything. And he was really good. Double-digit sacks and not by barely. Then we, of course, have Rousseau, who... Did he have, 13 sacks every single season he played for us? 14 and then 14 and a half. He just had to do better. He just had to get better. That's terrible. I wish I would get better. That's pain. 94 overall, though. We didn't actually see his rating, so we'll go back in there. Finesse and block shed isn't as good, but he's still really good. 99 power moves, obviously ridiculous. Take a look at the two DTs. I want to see Ellerby because he was outperforming Quentin Williams, no? Yeah, he's really good. Strength's not that great, but he's good. Very good. And then Quentin Williams, who, like I said, a little lackluster. Did actually go up in 1 overall. I think it was a 96 for us year one. He joined us. he's obviously great. Anyways, that's going to be the rebuild. I need to blow my nose so hard. It's like I went on a date with it and they paid. Regardless, if you guys enjoy this one, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new. If you're not new, I do appreciate continued support on the channel. Follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr. Second channel, PK Plays for non-Madden content, which lately I've been playing a little bit of Black Ops 6. Did zombies, doing the campaign as well. Love the campaign. Played it on Veteran. Re-uploaded, hopefully by now, the first part of the campaign. The audio like balancing was off, even though I saved it. It didn't save properly, so re-uploading that so the audio balancing is better. And yeah, that's basically going to be it. If you have any suggestions for another rebuild challenge on the channel, let me know in the comment section below, and maybe you'll be featured. I've seen a couple of your guys' suggestions, which I think are pretty good. I wrote them down somewhere in one of the notepad files. I got to figure out where it is, and then we can maybe do that. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you guys come back for next video, which should be at least on the main channel on Monday. Maybe part 2 of the campaign will be today or tomorrow on PK Plays. Maybe subscribe if you are interested. And that's about it. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys come back for next video. But until next video, see ya. But also shout out to the members on the channel. If you guys want to join as a member and you haven't already, maybe click the join button next to the subscribe button. All the details will be in there. Anyways, thanks for watching and see ya.